There's no denying it's incredibly difficult, especially with that turn that the NTSB data said Flight 77 made. And then he levels off and then pretty much just guns it straight in. That straight path right in is really incredibly difficult.
Correct. I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Not at that speed. Not at 500 knots.
In fact, the air traffic controllers were so impressed with the speed of the maneuver, they thought they were looking at a military jet.
But nobody knew that was a commercial flight at the time. Nobody knew that was American 77.
What did you think? It was a military flight of some kind?
I thought it was a military flight.
It was really moving fast.
It was moving very fast, like a military aircraft might move at a low altitude.
Air traffic controller Danielle O'Brien stated, "The speed, the maneuverability, the way that he turned, we all thought in the radar room, all of us experienced air traffic controllers, that was a military plane. You don't fly a 757 in that manner. It's unsafe."
No, it wasn't a commercial airline. That second one wasn't no commercial. No, the second one definitely. The first one I never saw. The second one I saw was big, but it didn't have any markings on it that I saw.
No, I didn't see any. The second one, it didn't have, like no camouflage or anything.
No, and no emblems, no logos.
And the plane wasn't no airline or anything. It was a twin-engine, big gray plane.
Mark, were you close enough to be able to see any markings on the airplane?
It definitely did not look like a commercial plane. I didn't see any windows on the sides.
No, it was a black plane. It looked like a fighter jet.
It looked like a fighter jet.
It was a military plane.
And it didn't look like a commercial jet.
Could be a drone aircraft. That's an aircraft that's guided electronically to its target without having a pilot.
Did you actually see the jet itself?
Yes.
And what type was it?
It was gray, to be honest with you. It was gray. It was like a 737.
I thought it was a fighter jet coming in to cover the city.
Someone said it looked like a military plane.
Mark, if what you say is true, those could be cargo planes or something like that. You said you didn't see any windows in the side?
It was not a normal flight that I've ever seen at an airport, and it did not look like it belonged in this area.
I spoke to the chief of safety for the New York City Fire Department. He thinks that there were actually devices that were planted in the building.
We've heard reports of secondary explosions after the aircraft impacted, whether in fact there wasn't something else at the base of the towers.
This was clearly the way the structure is collapsing. This was the result of something that was planned. It's not accidental that the first tower just happened to collapse and then the second tower just happened to collapse in exactly the same way. How they accomplished this, we don't know.
We heard a loud explosion coming from the area of Building 2, and at that point, Building 2 was collapsing. There was 5 men in our team.
Do you know if it was an explosion or if it was a building collapse?
To me, it sounded like an explosion.
They're thinking about bringing the building down. They didn't say what building. They just said bringing a building down. The last few seconds, he took his hand off, and you heard 3, 2, 1, and then it was like another 2, 3 seconds. You heard explosions, like boom.
You want to call your mother or something?
You gotta get back to me. You know that. You gotta get back. All right? Don't worry about me.
This was boom, and like you felt a rumble in the ground, like almost like you wanted to grab onto something.
He said, after the recent attacks which the U.S. has witnessed, the U.S. government ventured to point fingers at me, accuse me of involvement. The
The U.S. government has consistently blamed me for being behind every occasion its enemies attack it. I would like to assure the world that I did not plan the recent attacks, which seems to have been planned by people for personal reasons.